While we're waiting, Todd sent us the bill run. It's in your emails.
Commissioners, you knew that JFS had 3 resolutions too, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it
Yeah.
looks like we are back live. Wait just a minute though. I want to make sure.
Okay.
People
Amy,
have
are you on too?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Hold on.
Kelly Jo, are you still on?
Yes.
I forgot to wear blue yesterday, so I wore it today.
Can you have someone take a picture of you so we could put it on
Yeah.
the Facebook page?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Have you looked at our Facebook page?
Yeah, actually, I follow it, so I'm seeing all the staff and different people on it.
Yeah, it looks really good. Commissioners, if you have interest in wearing blue and having your picture taken, yesterday was Wear Blue for Child Abuse Neglect, but it's all month, and we posted, our staff have been sending in pictures, and we've been posting it on our Facebook. It's also linked to the Children's Services Association in Columbus. So if you have interest and you want to take a picture of yourselves or send somebody or have someone take one of you, that would be great.
I'll send you one. I wore blue yesterday.
Okay, great.
All right. Let's go ahead. I can see that we're live and I can see the
Okay.
stream.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second,
Roll call, Amy.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Kathleen,
Yes.
their action.
Yes. I'll make a motion to approve a journal entry that the Board of Commissioners agrees to approve leave without pay for a Job and Family Services employee through June 30th, 2020.
Second.
Roll call, Amy.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes. All right. We have your resolutions. First for the 23,145.
Yes, Sue is here.
Yep, that is for the commissioners agreed 34% match for 4D contracts that were paid in March, for domestic court for October of 19, juvenile for December and January, clerk of courts December and January, and prosecutors September through February services.
Okay, I'll make a motion that the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $23,145.77 from Fund 0001 General Fund to Fund 1414 Child Support Administration.
Second.
Roll call, Amy.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
I didn't hear you.
sorry.
Yes.
Kathleen, did you say my name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now we have the 200,000.
correct. Yeah, that's for our regular shared costs that our child welfare fund owes back to public assistance for salaries and other cost pool charges. 188,975.33 of that is to finish out the first quarter of 2020, and the additional 11,024.67 is for payment number 1 for second quarter 2020.
Okay. I'll make a motion that the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $200,000 from Fund 1415 Child Welfare Specialty Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
Roll call, Amy.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
And then The third resolution correlates to a contract that we would be forwarding through Joanne Town and that you would receive for signature. This contract is for our services rendered through the Portage County Prosecutor's Office. It is in the total amount from a January 1 through December 31st of $343,000, $773.42. And so while we're signing this and moving forward with this contract, I did want the commissioners to note that we are doing an administrative kind of time study on the administrative costs associated with this contract for the purpose of just ensuring that we're connecting to those services at a full-time basis. So I would present our data findings to you in about 4 months on that. But in the current state, we're going to sign this contract and move it forward at this time.
Okay. The Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into amendment number 2 between the Board of Commissioners, Portage County Jobs and Family Services, and the Portage County Prosecuting Attorney for total actual costs under this agreement not to exceed $343,773.42.
Second.
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
And that's all we had today.
All right.
Thank you, Sue and Kelly
Kelly
Jo.
Jo.
So sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll be better next week.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
We have Todd. Todd on? Nope. Joanne.
No, we don't have Todd back yet. Joanne, is there a lot of stuff going on around your office?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're still looking for, can you hear the pounding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I shut the door, if it'll go away. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Okay, we have Todd for 5.
Resolutions. 4.
Yeah, and we have HR. But you are here and they aren't.
And then you have me with Chris Maduri after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see if we can get,
It can hold. I'm all right.
She has an executive session, right, Joanne?
right.
Yes, ma'am, yeah. With Chris Maduri and you folks
Yeah.
after my normal resolutions.
Sabrina, can you get a hold of Todd? Just text him
Yeah.
and I'll text Janet. Okay, she's gonna video in. Chris, we see you too, but we're holding briefly.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
He hasn't dialed in yet, has he?
Todd, no, he hasn't.
Janet. Janet, where's your dog?
I put him out in the garage so he doesn't interrupt.
I had a feeling there'd be a dog plan for this week.
No, no. So I'm like, sorry, Tucker, you gotta go out in the garage.
All right, you're on deck. We're waiting to see if Todd can call in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he responding, Sabrina?
No, not yet. So
Okay.
I'm gonna call him. Hey, we're ready for you. Oh, it takes 20 minutes for you to dial in?
Oh,
Goodness.
He'll be there in about a minute and a half, he said. He's dialing in.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Poor Todd. Zoom is not his thing.
No, I think it's his connectivity where he lives at. I think he has a hard time.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
This is Todd. I'm in.
Okay.
All I had for this week was the normal bill runs. Which, did you get my email?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary there. At the very end, that then and now of 469,000, 230 of that was for the sheriff's cars. So that's part of why that number spiked this time.
Okay.
But that was an expected item, so there's no problem in that.
Okay, good. Because I was going to ask why it was so much higher. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy, Todd. Thank you.
Yep. Absolutely.
Will you stay on just in case, and we'll do your resolutions?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners agrees to approve the Thursday, April 9th, 2020 bills, ACH payments as presented by the County Auditor and reviewed by the Board of Commissioners, Department of Budget and Financial Management, Department of Internal Services, or other designee.
Second,
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for the Board of Commissioner agreeing to approve the Thursday, April 9th, 2020 wire transfer for health benefits as presented by the County Auditor and reviewed by the Board of Commissioners, Department of Budget and Financial Management, Department of Internal Services, or other designee.
Second,
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners agrees to approve the Thursday, April 9th, 2020 journal vouchers as presented by the County Auditor and reviewed by the Board of Commissioners, Department of Budget and Financial Management, Department of Internal Services, or other designee.
Second,
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners agrees to approve the Thursday, April 9th, 2020 then and now certification as presented by the County Auditor and reviewed by the Board of Commissioners, Department of Budget and Financial Management, Department of Internal Services, or other designee.
Second,
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
None here.
No,
Nope.
thank you so much, Todd.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So we have HR next.
Yeah, we have HR. Janet, we did the journal entry. So if you could walk us through your resolution, that'd be great.
Mhm. Yeah, this resolution is for those employees that would want to use a third of their accrued leave to supplement the 2/3 that they would receive as underneath the FFCRA. Because it depends on the reason why the employee would be using emergency paid sick leave from the federal act. They would only be paid 2/3 of their wage. So this resolution is allowing them to use a third of their leave to supplement.
Okay.
And
Okay.
is that, what is our what is the budget impact on that? Do we know? And what were we? Did
That,
we discuss that we were going to do this, or is this standard, or can you just talk a little bit more about the rationale?
yeah, this was actually part of, the federal act allowed the employers to do this. And it was part of the summary that Chris and I put together last week. And this would just really benefit the employees. So they don't really lose out in pay, I guess. Because right now they would only be paid 2/3 of their wage, depending on if they would if they would use the emergency sick leave for a spouse, or even for childcare, if they're staying home with a child, but their school is closed, they're only paid 2/3 of their wage, according to the act. So just by allowing the employees to supplement their accrued leave, it's a benefit to the employee. They really don't lose out. They don't have to. They could take the 2/3 by all means. But if they choose to supplement their leave, then they would be allowed to use 1/3 of their leave to supplement the 2/3.
To make
And
them
why
whole.
didn't we do this originally with the plan when we passed it?
I honestly,
Last week.
I think it was just one of those things that it happened very quickly, and we realized that we didn't have a resolution last week. That's really the only reason why. Because we just realized that we had the resolution adopting the FFCRA. And then when Chris and I were just going through some situations that were getting questions from employees, I then realized that we didn't have a resolution saying that, yes, we would do this. Even though it was part of the summary, we just really wanted a resolution, just making it official, like, yes, you can do this. So it was honestly, it was just an oversight last week. We did the resolution for the FFCRA, but didn't really come out and say that employees could use 1/3 of their leave if they wanted to.
And the 2/3 portion is for the employees in that like 4 and 5 category, or is it,
Yes.
would this cover all of the categories?
No, it would only be 4 and 5, because four is if an employee is taking off, is if they're using the emergency paid leave for another individual in their household, like a spouse, for example. 5 is childcare. So if someone is staying home because their school is closed, or staying home with the child because their school is closed, they are only provided 2/3 of their pay. Items 1 through 3, in regards to the employee themselves, and they're paid 100% of their wage for items 1 through 3.
Okay.
Could we give this item a little bit more thought and perhaps hold it over for a week? Because when we passed the provision last week, I'm worried about our budget going forward and what the impact will be. And I think that I saw what Congress intended with the 2/3
Mm-hmm.
and thought that certainly helps employees, especially ones who don't have leave
Absolutely, right.
accrued.
Mhm.
But for us to go on top of that and add to it, I'd like to think about the potential budget impact of that, especially with what we may be facing budgetarily
Going forward.
going forward. So if that's okay with you all, if we could pull this for this week, do you see that being a problem for you, Janet, or can we have a little bit more time to think about this without
No. Yeah,
a
you could definitely.
big HR impact?
Yeah, no, you could definitely. I know we are getting some requests right now
Ah.
to use, but I think it's more or less because employees can use the expanded FMLA for childcare. So quite honestly, those are the only requests that we are seeing in HR, because they're coming through Susan Lynn because they're FMLA. And so far, I think we might only received a few requests, and they are asking for their accrued leave but we could actually put that on hold right now.
So Janet,
This is
just so that
a
I can
suggestion.
understand. Oh, go ahead, Vicki.
This is just a suggestion. It's not a mandate, correct? I mean, if it was a mandate, we would have to do it.
Correct. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's just
Okay.
you know, if you guys
Okay,
want to do it,
recommendation.
you don't and by no means you don't have to. You could
Okay.
actually just stick with the 2/3.
Okay.
Okay, that was my question, Vicki, was it sounded like we were just doing this, you know, to put it out there to clarify, but it sounds like this is an optional.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just optional. Mhm.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it to our attention. You guys, it is snowing in Kent right now. I just
Yeah.
wanted to say
Big
that.
flakes, big flakes.
Big flakes.
It is blowing rain in Ravenna. I'm looking
So
up.
I can't believe it. Looks like a blizzard. But anyway, I would like us to hold a week on this and think about it some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But thanks for prepping it for us.
And I think
Okay.
that's all I had.
Okay.
Thanks, Janet.
Thanks,
All right.
Janet. Joanne, we're finally ready for you. And Lisa, I see you.
Yeah, we just have the public hearing at 10.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that at 10.
Yeah. And then I needed a discussion about a grant that I need permission to write and submit on your behalf. So outside of that,
Joanne, do you think that you can?
I can do these resolutions quickly
Okay.
if you want, or I can wait until after Lisa's done. It doesn't matter.
Joanne,
Up to
you
you.
are being incredibly accommodating today and putting up with all
Okay.
our
That's okay.
issues. Why don't we, because it's a noticed public hearing.
Yeah, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, and then we can do all of your stuff together afterwards.
Sounds fine.
Which you can stick around for, I don't know how long it'll be, or you can dial back in, whichever
No,
is your preference.
I'll stick on, and then that way, if it doesn't take long, we're good.
Okay.
shouldn't.
So Lisa, we'll turn to your stuff.
We need a recess.
We need to recess.
Yeah, you get to 10.
We'll have a 2-minute recess here until 10 a.m. All right, I have it being 10 a.m. So with that, and Amy and Lisa, feel free to correct me as needed, but I can call the public hearing to order for the general CDBG public hearing. at 10 a.m., which is now.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Do you need a motion of any kind, Amy?
I
On
just,
that?
No.
commissioners, that was good. Yep.
Okay, thanks, Amy.
Works
Go
for me.
ahead, Lisa.
Okay, real quickly, I'm not going to go in each one of these in great detail, but really, this is the first of 2 public hearings that is required for any grant we submit through the Ohio Development Services Agency, such as the CDBG application we apply for every 2 years on your behalf. The basically point of this is to, like I said, just let you know what grants are out there, which ones we're considering applying for. So the grants that are available to the county is the Community Housing Impact and Preservation CHIP program. I believe you guys recently actually were awarded, I believe last year, which Neighborhood Development Services applied for and received. The Homeless Crisis Response Program. We have the Supportive Housing Program. There's also a grant called Housing Opportunity for Persons with AIDS. We have the CDBG allocation, and a couple of things I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys on as far as that application cycle. Just real quickly, the county will be receiving $130,000.
Can you say that number again?
630,000.
And which one's this for, Lisa?
The CDBG allocation, the one we do every 2 years now.
2 years. Okay.
Yeah. You guys will be receiving 630,000, and out of that, 150,000 must be set aside for the city of Streetsboro, as the state is requiring that. They can have up to 3 projects with that 150,000. They can ask regional planning to administer it, and we can take a piece of the pie of their 150,000 to run whatever projects they decide to go with. So in a nutshell, after you deduct that, the county will have 480,000 available, minus 72,000 for admin, and we usually ask anywhere from 10 to 12,000, I believe, for fair housing. So, and when you look at the overall, as far as the allocation, we are actually, and you deduct Streetsboro from the formula, we actually received $6,000 less than previously, than 2018.
So Lisa, we have about 396,000 left then, once we subtract Streetsboro, your fees.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
And then I did send letters out to every agency, community in Portage County, letting them know about the available funds and about this public hearing. I am asking that proposals be returned back to me by the end of this month. At this point, the state has not, as a result of the COVID-19, they have not relaxed any of the due dates for any of the grant submissions as far as the ones that I'm dealing with. The only thing that they've relaxed us on as far as how we handle the citizen participation, public hearings and that sort of thing, anything that involves public. And as of right now, and I don't know what's going to happen, I'm just kind of taking it day by day, but because of the COVID-19, I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but I have it set up with Amy currently for each person that submits a proposal to give a brief presentation to the commissioners for May 7th. Now, we may have to look into other alternative methods, just like we did for this public hearing, when it comes to that, if it goes beyond, as far as the social distancing and everything. So that's the basics. And we can do up to 6 projects under the county's CDBG allocation. So that's the piece as far as the allocation grant. Some of the other grants that this county can apply for is the neighborhood revitalization grant. I'm not going to go into that one in great detail right now because that is one of the grants that I'd like to discuss with you and possibly submit for after this public hearing. So we'll kind of see for the moment. The critical infrastructure grant, we're kind of kicking it around about submitting another critical infrastructure grant, possibly for the chin allotment. But we're also looking at another grant for that particular project, one or the other. It depends on how the state looks at it and which grant is more appropriate. But the other grant would be for the residential public infrastructure grant program. So one or the other we're looking at for the chin allotment for the sewer construction to help kind of offset some of the costs people living out there. The other grants that we can apply for would be a downtown revitalization target of opportunity grant or a New Horizons grant. Those are the grants that are available to the county. And like I said, we have given, provided information to communities. We have talked to agencies and organizations and given them opportunities as well. And Todd is here also. I don't know if he wants to say anything more about as far as what we're doing as far as getting the community involved in as far as the getting the grant information out to them.
Yeah, okay, so we are doing other things. So we are working with NDS. I don't know if you guys can see me, I'm trying to stay away from her. We are working with NDS. We've in the fall, September, October, we met with all the communities. They gave us roughly 30 grant ideas that they would like us to work with them on. We met with all the nonprofits, and we even reached out to the county departments to see what kind of grants they might want. And so us, NDS, and Todd Bragg have been meeting. Our last meeting was in March, and then all this happened, and we were supposed to be prioritizing and figuring out who was going to get what. And NDS is kind of closed down right now. So we have been reaching out. We do have a proposed plan of attack. But this whole, COVID-19 thing uprooted that kind of attack. So we are trying to reach out to the communities and work a little harder with them.
Is NDS closed down or are they working remotely?
They're working remotely, but it's difficult to get a hold of them. So I'm going to try to reach out. I mean, when I say difficult, it's difficult to meet in this situation. NDS is the keeper of the data, as how we worked it out. I became the chairman. They wanted to be the administrator of this new process. There's less work for me to do, so long as I'm still in the loop. And I was okay with that, but we should have had a meeting. And I can reach out to NDS and talk about that.
Do you need help getting that meeting together, or are they resistant to meeting?
I wouldn't say they're resistant. It was just weird. It says, because of COVID-19, we are going to not meet on this until basically it's over. So I'm going to reach out.
Oh,
No,
we know when this is going to be over.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with
Too late.
I don't think anytime soon.
I'm with you, and I don't think Todd's involved in this. Todd's involved in this too, and I haven't really talked to Todd about this, but I'll send out an email today to find out where we are with that, because we can't just let it sit to the side on the sidelines after we spent. Even though they're organizing it, me and Todd both put a lot of time into this, and we did communicate with communities individually, one-on-one, to get them to participate. So I mean, I don't want to have that be a wasted effort.
Todd,
They'll be amenable to meeting, but let us know if not. And you could do a virtual meeting and still follow the social distancing guidelines that we're all working so hard to abide by. So hopefully, maybe now that the initial shock of all this has, people have put plans in place, that can pick back up.
And let me be clear. I'm not trying to pick on NDS. I'm just saying that's where where it's at. It's on my to-do list of things to do, but I've got a lot of things in my on my plate at the moment. So I'm gonna reach back out to them and I'll let you know if they're
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause-
that sounds good.
because I know Todd, you can do Zoom. I know our Todd Bragg can do Zoom. So maybe if we get NDS connected, you guys can do it that way. Hey, Lisa, when you were given the breakdown again of the CDBG allocations, what was the 72,000 for?
That was our admin.
Your admin for this?
Yeah,
Okay,
Well, then what's the 12,000 for?
that's for the fair housing.
fair housing, 10 to 12, she said.
You know, Lisa, are these figures anywhere in this packet that we got? I mean, I wrote them down, but I was looking.
No,
for-
they are not, because that came afterwards. I just got it within the last week.
Okay,
Okay,
All right, well, if we can keep things moving, are you guys okay to adjourn and then reconvene? Are there any more questions on this?
not as.
I- no,
Okay, do you need a motion to adjourn, Amy? Okay,
so moved.
second. Sabrina can second, roll call, Amy.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes. So we'll reconvene back into the commissioner's regular session, and Lisa, you are up again.
Okay, back in 2017, the Neighborhood Development Services Agency applied for a critical infrastructure grant on behalf of the city of Ravenna for a project known as the I'm not sure, I'm gonna probably slaughter this, but it's a Wichterman Jones allotment. It's in the northwest quadrant of the city of Ravenna. So the state came back and said that it was appropriate for a neighborhood revitalization grant. The city of Ravenna has come to us and asked us if we would submit for the project once again for a neighborhood revitalization grant. And it would be going through the commissioners. I need your permission in order to submit the grant for this proposed project in the city of Ravenna. And basically what they're wanting to do, it's over there by just to kind of give you an idea where it's at. It's right where City Park and West Park Elementary School is.
Okay. Jones Street and they're over there.
Yeah, the roads that are they're looking into putting in they're looking at putting in ADA accessible curb ramps. They want to take care of the roadways, have them resurface. There's also there's an abandoned canal behind Morgan Road that doesn't drain and causes mosquito infestation, and so there's been receiving a number of complaints about these. So they want to take care of that issue as well. And the fire hydrants aren't adequate for that area, but it encompasses Morgan Road, Brush Road, North Granton Street, Louise Street, and there's some nearby streets that are also proposed to receive the same improvements as part of the application, which is Williams Avenue, Jones Avenue, Sample Avenue, Mechanic Avenue, Beach Street, Hillcrest, and Park Avenue. The estimated project cost is about $564,000. The city of Ravenna said they would contribute towards that project $284,000. So entire area is considered to be low moderate income. And
Hey, Lisa, is the city required to have a max on this?
they don't have to, but it always looks good to contribute money.
Yeah.
All right, I'm okay with
Not
moving
mistaken.
forward with this.
We need a journal entry, is that correct?
Yeah, it's on our agenda.
Okay.
Okay. So I will make a motion for the Board of Commissioner authorize the Regional Planning Commission to write and administer the Neighborhood Revitalization Grant for Ravenna City as presented by Regional Planning Commission.
Second,
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes,
Vicky,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes. We have two other journal entries. Lisa, do you have any brief?
No, I don't have anything else, but Todd has the other item that's on there regarding the marketing and branding report, I think it is.
Number 2 and 3 are one, I think.
Oh, okay.
The journal entry that goes with number 2.
what?
Number 3,
Number
Yeah.
three,
you just have one more item, right, Lisa?
yeah, it's just a marketing and branding final report. We just need Kathleen's signature on it, and basically, I think they're just presenting it to you.
Okay, so that's
Oh.
number 2. Can we have a
That's
motion?
number 3.
That's number 3. Number 2 is for the neighborhood revitalization grant.
Okay. Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the journal entry requested to have Commissioner Clyde sign the Ohio Development Services Agency Local Innovation Fund Grant final report.
Second,
Roll call, Amy?
Sabrina,
Yes,
Vicky,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes. And then we have the final report, number 3.
That was the one you just did, I thought.
No, we
Yeah.
did two.
2 and 3 are the same.
same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's just like an explanation, I think.
okay.
It's at 3 to 2.
Okay.
Oh, I see. So we don't need to do that one.
Nope.
Okay, so Lisa, thank you very much for that, joining us, Todd as well. And we'll look forward to working through this with social distancing. And thanks for all your work on this.
Yeah, and Todd and Lisa, can you let us know when you guys get a meeting with the NDS then?
Yeah, so absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's
Do we just X out?
Poor Joanne, bring her back.
yeah, let's have a quick
Yes.
update. Okay, so we're obviously running about a half hour behind. Joanne, let's do your executive session first.
Okay.
And then while we're in that executive session, Amy, if you could let our next 2 executive sessions know we're running behind and that we can contact them when to dial in.
Okay.
So we don't have people dialing into
Okay.
this executive session. So we'll go ahead and start with this executive session.
Okay.
Then we'll do your items, Joanne, and then we'll do our
Sure.
next series of executive sessions.
That sounds fine.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So
We're gonna do the executive session first or her items first?
executive session, and
Okay.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to go into executive session for G2 to consider the purchase of property for public purposes, the sale of property at competitive bidding. Or I'm sorry, let me retract that. I'll make a motion to go into executive session under G2 for the sale of property at competitive bidding and premature disclosure of information would give an unfair advantage to a person whose personal private interest is adverse to the general public interest.
I'll second.
Roll call, Amy?
Kathleen,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Okay, everybody give me just a moment here to take off the live stream.
Okay, so Chris and Joanne.